Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. First thing on our agenda today is the consent agenda. It just has the minutes from June 21.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. First up, we have Jeff Thulin, the Chief Deputy. Discussion decision to approve change order number 3 in the amount of $23,228.99 for the sheriff office expansion. Mr. Thulin, you are up.
Pretty self-explanatory, other than, I think I told Jason, I think additional dump fees now means cost over increase instead of additional dump fees, but I can't prove that. So. But we talked to DLR, they said, yep, good to go.
Jeff, what fees did you say?
Additional dump fees. It seems like every time I come to a change request to you guys, it's got a 11,000 or 12,000 for additional dump fees.
Taking stuff to the dump?
Yep. The word I get from the contractor is we build on a dump and they have to take all that stuff to other places. They found a car, a couple of refrigerators, but it just seems like every change order has that.
Same car. Same
Yeah,
refrigerator.
so we reached out to DLR and asked them directly. Yeah, that Cadillac's made about 8 trips. But other than that, and then the water fountain, pretty expensive in my view, but I'm a lawyer, I'm not a contractor.
So Jeff, let me ask you this question if I can. There is $117,000 in the sheriff's drug forfeiture fund.
Yes.
Is that where we're gonna pay this out of?
It would not be our choice. We'd like to keep that money for other things, but you guys are the fiscal guys.
Are we still within the, there's always a percent overage, I mean, are we still within that?
I don't know what the overage on this project ever was, or if there was one. If you recall,
It was a weird number if I remember right.
180-some thousand, and Jason, you can slide in here for a second. I think it was 179,000 was for that wall fiber optic issue. That's been the big overrun. So when they did not know exactly where the fiber was and they had to push the wall back 18 inches, that's been our major overrun in this project.
Normally, we figure a 20% contingency on projects like this.
I mean, is your recommendation to approve this? You see this is warranted to do?
The architects have told us it's all warranted, so I take them at their word.
I'll make the motion to approve the change order.
I'll second.
203, the amount of $23,228.99.
We're gonna take that out of supervisor, so it's.
Well, that's part of, I don't know. That was kind of why my question about if there was an overage, because if it's already built into what we've already funded, then I say it comes out of there, but I don't know that answer.
Mitch, I think, wasn't it bonded out at exactly what the original spec price was?
I think so. So, I would think since the fund's still in that fund, we can see if anything comes in. I mean, it's not gonna happen. It comes in lower as we progress through it. We can just, still pay this 20 out of, that budgeted line so that we have set up already. And then if we have to make some type of amendment when we do our one in July or August, figure out where it's gonna come out at that point in time.
Yeah, there was 3,000 in savings on this change order, but obviously that didn't equate to the amount of overrun.
This project isn't on big cash for this.
Was this, yeah.
Big cash.
Yeah, okay.
We took a mill, didn't we, out of the forfeiture fund, and then you guys funded the
Yeah, it was
rest?
a combination, but it was cash on hand. This wasn't a bonded deal. So I think,
We budgeted the exact amount of the contract is what we did.
I know, but so, help me understand, make sure I understand what you're saying. You saying, do it out of the same line item it is currently, and then we'll settle later.
Mhm.
Where do they think they're at on the completion?
Scott,
We over 50?
March 23rd, we were supposed to be in the new edition.
So are we well over 50%, you think?
We're probably over 50% constructed, yes, absolutely, but, finish date at time is, I don't know, Jason, they keep telling me Labor Day, and I don't see it. They haven't even started drywall on the inside.
Yeah, they're on the brick on the outside right now.
Yeah.
My
My
guess is once they get inside, it'll go.
go quicker. The train air units for both sides have been delayed. The switches for the internet, computer hookups and stuff have been delayed. I can't give you a date, I don't know. But I would, Mitch, have we paid half of it out?
Yeah, I think we're.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I guess, I say we just roll with the budget that's in now, but if you would, just see where we are on the contingency and make sure, if we're within budget, we're fine, you know, but if we're not, I'd like to know so we can reappropriate some money.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, part of it too is we had to try to kind of estimate on what was gonna get spent before July 1st. And what's gonna get spent after July, after July 1st for when the billing was coming in. So I think with this being in the new, this will come out obviously after July 1st now. So, I mean, there's plenty in there right now and we can work backwards to see what the grand total was if it
Yeah,
went
as long
over.
as you're on top of it, I'm comfortable with that. It's looking nice though, you drive by, I mean, it really is, it's looking really good.
Okay, any other discussion for Jeff, Mitch, Jason? We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Both same sign. Okay, next up, Becky Lanahan. Discussion, decision to approve and authorize the board to sign resolution 46, 2022, resolution for transfer from rural services to secondary roads fund. Becky, you're up.
This is just the fourth quarter transfer, budgeted transfer to secondary roads out of rural services.
Are those, I should know, but are those numbers pretty much the same each quarter?
They are the same each quarter.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying,
roll call.
oh, I'm sorry, roll call, Becky.
Chairman Lickman.
Aye.
Supervisors Belt.
Aye.
Groby. Groby. Schultz.
Aye.
Shay.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have Jana Lemrick, HR Director, Mark Shoemaker, Conservation Director. Discussion decision to approve job descriptions for mechanical operations and maintenance tech position. Jana, Mark, you're up.
So this is for our mechanical operations and maintenance manager position. It is an exempt position. We're putting it in, requesting to have it put in pay grade 520.
We doing this one?
Which one?
You're on the wrong one. We already did that one.
Oh, I printed out the wrong one. Thanks, we're looking at the mechanical operations and maintenance technician position, which reports the position that we approved last time that I just referenced. Pay grade 514 is what we're asking for. Any questions on the job description as written?
Where are they at right now, Jana?
This position doesn't exist today. This is a brand new position. But it does fall in line with the pay grades of our other maintenance staff. But this will be in conservation, not in maintenance.
Who would that be under?
Jeff, well,
Me? Okay.
because Chris.
Yeah.
It would fall in line under Chris.
Under Chris, who is under Mark, Chad, and Jeff.
Correct.
And work out of all the parks then? Do you work at all the parks?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
What's the pleasure of the board?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Was this, in your budget for next year then?
No, we would have to amend our budget.
Okay.
And are you looking to post like within the next 30 days?
Yeah.
I mean, post and
Yeah.
hire?
This one will be posted.
Do you get a
I have a motion.
Do you have got a second?
No.
I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion with Jen or Mark on this position?
Yeah, so I have a couple questions. So we've got the two from the expansion project, and then this will be a third. in the
Yes.
last
Correct.
2 months. That's all my discussion.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, I thought you said you had a couple of questions, and I was waiting for the second.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Just do math.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, next up, we have Jana Lemrick. Nope, let me change that. We have Jason Slack, Jana Lemrick, and Steve Winchell, captain at the jail. Discussion decision regarding pay for jail maintenance superintendent position. Steve, you're up, or Jason, whoever's taking the lead.
Last month, we posted for the jail maintenance superintendent position. It was posted for 19 days. We had 6 applicants, 3 of which withdrew from the application process. 1 qualified candidate withdrew because the position just didn't pay enough. Andy Smith, jail, is willing to step up into that position and assume that responsibility. He's just as qualified as Jeff Walker. They both were hired at the same time for the position. When Andy found out he was only gonna be making $1.05 more an hour to assume that responsibility, he politely declined. I tend to, kind of agree with him because that is quite a bit of responsibility to take on for a small amount of compensation. I'm asking instead of a grade 520 step 4, Andy start at grade 520 step 7, which would put him at what Jeff Walker is making currently as the maintenance superintendent. Sheriff has it in his budget and it'd be covered. And that's all I've got to say. The Baker Tilly Market Survey report stated that it was near the average minimum pay range for this job.
What is? So the gentleman that left, what, a month ago?
Actually, he just left last Friday.
Okay. Did he retire or?
No, he's coming to the courthouse to be a maintenance worker,
Oh, okay.
so he's taking,
Do you have an opening?
yes,
Who left in your?
Jason Verheen.
Oh, okay.
And did he take the cut and pay to come here, Jason?
He did, yes, $3.60 an hour.
That, step 7, what's the wage on step 7?
28.64.
Steve, you got that in your budget?
Yes, sir. Because that's where we're asking where Jeff was.
So is someone gonna fill this guy's position then?
Yeah, we'll have to post for jail maintenance worker now, if this happens.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Any other discussion for Steve, Jason, or Jen?
Yeah, so just the comments about it being in the budget, I just wanna make sure, is this because we didn't spend money in the budget before that now it's available, or is this, you'd already anticipated something like
We
this?
had anticipated paying Jeff Walker out of that, so Jeff Walker's leaving, so, yeah.
Got it.
Just cancel.
Got it, okay, so it's, got it.
Yes.
Is that it for you, Justin?
What?
Is that it for you?
Yes, thank you.
So,
Thanks for checking.
you had it posted for how long, did you say? And got,
19 days, 6 applicants.
got 6 applicants.
Yeah, there's a lot of job openings right now for facility supervisors. It's just, the market's saturated with jobs, there just isn't enough people to fill those jobs.
Right.
Jason, have you posted for the, maintenance worker position at the jail?
Not yet, I wanted to wait to see what the results of this meeting were.
I know it's a very difficult job. I've seen some of the conditions that they have to deal with, and I appreciate their efforts down there, so. Any other discussion for Jason, Steve, or Jenna? All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Next up, Jenna Limerick, Director of Human Resources. Discussion decision to approve and authorize the board to sign the memorandum of understanding between Potawatomi County and the AFSCME Union, Local 2364-911, for the agreement effective July 1, 22 through June 30 of 2023. Jenna, you're up.
So the board had previously signed this, but there is an error in there. The shift differential should have been 90 cents and it says 80 cents. And so the union wanted that to match the detention officers union, which makes sense. So that's the correction that I'm asking you to sign today.
That was handled through negotiations.
That is correct, yes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion for Jenna? We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, moving right along. Item D, for Jenna. You're handling this too, right, Jenna?
Yes.
It's the approve and authorize the chair to sign the employment agreements with David Byer, Jenna Lemrick, Jason Slack, Mitch Kai, Matt Wyatt, Suzanne Watson, John Rasmussen, Mark Shoemaker, Margarita Dooley, and Jamie Peterson. These contracts, oh, never mind, I'll let you go first, Jenna.
We did make the changes in the contracts that we had discussed during the meeting last week. Do you want me to go over those again?
Anybody
Sure.
need a refresh?
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
Yep, so number 3 under vacation was added in there, any unused personal leave up to 20 hours, which was half of the 5 days, so 20 hours, could be paid out at the end of the fiscal year if budget allows. Number 12, in regards to termination, if there's a mutual agreement, we just specified that last statement, payment of wages and leave balances will be paid according to the employee handbook. Again, it is already written in the employee handbook, but we're just tying this to that. B, the last sentence, agreement for cause. If terminated for cause, the employee shall be entitled to payment of wages, including accrued vacation time through the last day of employment. Again, that was just a little clarification. That was already in there. We just clarified it a little more. C, we've added employee, the last sentence, employee has completed, if the employee has completed 5 years of service, other leave balances such as sick time and any unused personal days would be paid out as well. So this is upon termination of the county, not for cause. And then D, death of an employee, we're asking that any accrued vacation time, sick time, and any unused personal days be paid out to the estate. And then we took out the section that referred to contracts and how they could be signed. We felt that it wasn't clear, and that should probably be in a policy instead, because each department is a little bit different on what contracts they need to sign. So even putting a dollar amount in there, we didn't feel was gonna meet the need. So we took that out and we'll put that in a policy at a later date.
The contracts that are in front of the board today include a 4% increase like everyone else in the county got, is that correct?
That is correct.
Motion approved. I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. Is there any other discussion? from the board with Jen on this? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
So if they had a death, will they still be excused that day?
It depends, case by case basis.
We expect you in, Matt.
Yeah.
We expect you to be in.
Expect you to answer the phone still.
Yeah, at least have your phone on you.
Right.
Next up, we have discussion decision to approve the application for permit to display fireworks filed by Connor Gillespie, July 3rd, 2022 in Brainerd.
Motion to approve.
Second, but, this really isn't, this is just where this guy lives, he's actually doing them out in the county, is that what the deal is?
Correct. He lives in the city of Trainer, but the display is gonna be put out on Dogwood Road, 250th and Dogwood Road.
Is that,
The address is listed there on the application.
mm-hmm. So is that his property then, or,
Relative, I believe.
okay. I don't remember seeing him before.
No, this would be the first one I remember receiving.
Okay. What is, the fireworks permit, is that $25 or
Yes.
is that what it is?
Yep, Pam and I have been discussing it. I wanted to make sure, I just reviewed the state code to make sure that we're okay to even continue issuing permits, which we are. But what we're gonna do this fall is we'll probably transition that into a special events permit, so then that way there's a inspection that goes along with it, just to make sure that if we're gonna have a large assemblage of people out there, we have restroom facilities and incorporate the fireworks portion of it in there as well.
So do you do all the, inspections then for West Fair then?
This motion.
For special events, we do.
You would, I mean, for the fireworks and stuff?
Not for the fireworks. If it's associated with the fairgrounds,
And the address on the motion.
we don't have any jurisdiction over that. But if it is a rental of the fairgrounds to another entity, like what they do with the concerts, then we do, issue permits for those, and we go out and conduct an inspection to make sure that they have all the restroom facilities that they need, and we are involved in all the planning with the sheriff's department and state troopers.
Ask you folks for a friendly amendment on the address. What was listed on our agenda was his residence, but since he's doing it at the Dogwood
He's
Road.
at, 27538 Dogwood Road is what it says.
Right, I'm just saying, when you guys made
Yeah.
the motion, it was written.
And he's going to 250th, you said?
No, it's that.
Okay.
He's just asking for one day too. So,
Thank you.
do we have any, fireworks being sold outside of any of the city limits with all these tents and stuff?
We do.
Yes.
Where?
Crescent?
Just
Well,
by
that's
the-
in Crescent.
Yeah,
That's not.
that one by Crescent.
It's not city limits?
No.
No, that's in the county. They came into the zoning board of adjustment and got a conditional use to be able to.
Where's it at out there?
Out right out by the interstate.
The old Romeo's property.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And then we had one, I'm not sure if they're back up operating or not, by the BB Town exit. On L34, there was one that operated up there a year or two. I'm not sure if they're back yet or not. I think those are really our only ones that we have out there.
Is that a $25 deal too?
No, those have to go through the conditional use permit, process to be able to do that in those areas. It has to be a commercial or industrial district. That's what we have it written into. And that's the only thing we have in code right now is our fireworks stand piece of it. That's what, with the fireworks permitting, remember that used to just go through the board of supervisors. We took that over a couple of years ago. We really don't have anything in code referring to the granting of these permits, and that's what we're gonna get rectified. It's not on our scheduled fees or anything, so.
Well, they've been shooting them off. So they sound like they're bigger ones than they have in the past, but I don't know how with this 4 tents on 4 corners of the same street, and they're all 70% off, so.
Okay,
Believe that?
what's the pleasure of the board? Oh, you made that amendment, and was there,
I just wanna make sure the address is right, because it was just written incorrectly on
we
that.
got that?
Got it,
Okay,
thank you.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Post same sign. All right. Public comment. Anyone sign up for public comment?
No.
Okay, moving right on. Closed session is allowed by, Code of Iowa,